There is something that you've been avoiding, something that you've felt nagging at the back of your mind, and yet you keep putting it off because you don't feel maybe confident in yourself enough to take that leap of faith. I went ahead and did a pre-shuffle, and all of these, this is what was at the bottom of the deck, and as I was shuffling, I kept hearing like there's something that you've been avoiding. And as I was scrying into this candle, another message I received was your light is going to be mirrored back to you. But Knight of Wands at the bottom here, you have to let yourself be seen. These energies feel very, very fiery, and and it feels very fitting because we're going to have the full moon in Leo on the 1st of February, and the 1st is another Aries energy. So we have Aries, Leo, and then we are in the season of Aquarius right now, which is definitely, reclaiming your independence and letting yourself be different from the crowd. I mean, even on this cat, I don't know if you can see that, but the eyes are colored different. One eye is green and one eye is red or orange or, oops, sorry. And then we have also the Six of Wands. The path is clearing. So I have a feeling that during this full moon, there's going to be a big release. And because it's in Leo, it might be a little dramatic. No shade to any Leos out there. That's just, Leo is the sun. It's brilliant. It's bright. It's, you can't hide the sun unless you're in darkness. But we're coming out of the winter and going into the spring. We're approaching the new Chinese year of the horse, which is another very fiery sign. And Red Rose over here, be brave and honest. I feel like being honest with yourself is where it starts. To feel deeply rooted into who you are, so that when you have external opinions coming at you from left and right, you're filled with inner peace instead of absorbing all of these thoughts and opinion and allowing them to poison your sense of self. You know who you are. Yeah, this feels like a very powerful moon. I'm manifesting this to find the people who it needs to find. I'm going to do things a little bit different today. I'm just going to pool. As mentioned, I pre-shuffled these. So for the collective that's watching this, what do they need to know? Yeah, Autumn. Release the old and rest. we're leaving behind. That's what full moons are. They're an accumulation to release. It's a climax of energy that, it needs to be expressed. Release the old and rest. It's almost like releasing this old version of yourself who maybe had a tendency to people please or felt like you had to uphold a certain persona to be able to fit in. But with this cat spirit here, spirit is saying, baby girl, you're not meant to fit in. You're meant to go on your own path here and harness your mystical power. The High Priestess, you see things differently. Every person sees things through their own unique vision, their own unique third eye. And it's almost like the message I'm getting is sometimes we're afraid to speak out loud how we really see things, really see situations, be it at work, in relationships, friendships, and family dynamics, just because it's going against the grain. And yet, what if by withholding this unique vision that you have, you're robbing someone of experiencing your point of view? Yeah, trust in the unknown. Father Sky. Sky Father. Oh, interesting. So let's put these over here. Trust in the unknown. And it's so interesting. There's two birds. They're kind of looking at each other. And yet the high priestess is giving this to the universe, to the sky. It's like handing your power to the unknown. Because if you know deep down who you truly are, it won't matter what happens outside of you. This is very interesting. Let's keep going. Let me see if I'm going to be able to do this. Of course you can. Of course you can. You just have to make room. See, that's all. You just have to make room sometimes by releasing the old. Yeah, judgment. There's a huge wake-up call happening. It feels like now or never, which feels very dramatic, but as mentioned with the Leo full moon, things are building up, and that's what the energy feels like. The person down here is transforming. They're changing into a new version of themselves that they've never known. In the original tarot rider deck, Judgment is a rising from the dead. So perhaps there was a version of you that you suppressed to feel accepted. That version of yourself, whatever vision, is coming back. It's coming back even stronger now. I'm hearing you can't be silenced. It's almost like you've been suppressing yourself, though. Five of Wands. Yeah, it's been this internal conflict. Let's get one more. Three of Pentacles. You're sharing your work now. As mentioned, regardless of how it is perceived, you're sharing your work. You're trusting in the unknown. You're not sure, where it's leading or what it even means, but you know that it was planted within you for a reason. He's been working hard on these pentacles. Again, there's fire. You're letting your passions, what is the word? You're letting your passions be released. You're leading with passion, even if it causes a ruckus. Your mystical power, not everyone, but we fear what we cannot control. And because each and every one of us hold this deep inner knowing, it's where we get this power from. And this is why oftentimes societal conditionings, they suppress that. They suppress our individual mystic power. So that way there's no chaos, but creation happens in chaos. Creation gets messy, but that's the point. You don't know where it's leading. It's about trusting the process. What else? I kind of want to grab from here now. Memories of Love, another 6. Memories of Love under Release the Old and Rest. So it's like you're sending this light into the water. You're setting it down very gently. So this, to me, feels like 6 of Cups energy. It's very innocent. It's very playful. So when you do share with the world, it's in a very gentle way. It's in a way where you're vulnerable because it's in water here, but you're able to not extinguish your own fire. You're protecting your fire and yet still being able to be vulnerable and hold yourself in that. This is powerful stuff. The waiting game. Ooh, I feel like I haven't seen this one in a while. I feel like this is Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So looking at this, there's something you've been waiting for. It's almost like the universe has been waiting for you to take action on your intuition, your mystical power here. But with this reminds me of the what is it called? The solar system, right? It's like you've been in orbit, maybe on someone else's path, and now you're finally getting closer and closer to your own path. And the tree is still growing here, even though it's contained. Maybe you've felt contained, and now it's time. Oh, goodness. All right, hopefully it doesn't get loud here, but what else do we have here? Transformation. Yeah. Oh, man. And then... something's about to get loud. Be it your intuitive hits that you've been ignoring. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. It's getting loud. Sky Father is getting loud for you to share. Almost, they want you to co-create. And the eagle in shamanism is to be able to see from a higher perspective. You're not doing it for you. You're doing it for the greater power. It's like you're allowing yourself to be a channel. You're understanding that this isn't for... You're transforming into a channel. What else do we have here? So if it's fear that's holding you back, Spirit is reminding us that it's for the greater good. Each of us is a piece of the puzzle. Each of us has a play. Each of us holds an important, what is the word? Piece of the puzzle. And maybe in the past you've been holding back out of judgment, and yet it's a domino effect, because, see, and now it got quiet again. Because once you show yourself, ooh, that felt powerful. Once you show yourself, it creates a domino effect for other people to join you, other people to co-create with you and your mission. Dream the world into being, as I was just saying, co-creating. But so the actions that you take, are they aligned with the future version of yourself, with the future that you envision yourself having? Every choice matters. Trust the great mystery. Another one of trust in the unknown. Trust the great mystery. I love when messages repeat like this, because it's like the universe saying, I meant what I said. But it's a whale. It's about diving deep. Diving deep into yourself, into your values, into what you believe in. Because you're firmly planting your roots. Because as mentioned, the external weather is going to happen. You know, you might be put through some storms, but if you're firmly rooted in who the heck you are, you're unshakable. You will survive any storm. There's nothing you can't handle, is what I'm hearing. Trust in the magic. That is amazing. And just like, harness your mystical power. And now we have the white raven, trust in the magic. Sorry, got a little bit messy here. But as mentioned, that's what creation is sometimes. not sometimes, all the time. The process is messy. Think of when you're cooking a meal. When you're cooking a meal, sure, even if you're cleaning as you go, you're still making a mess, right? But that's the key phrase. You're cleaning as you go. So whatever project that's been on your mind, that's been nagging at you, that feels overwhelming, that feels too messy, take the first steps and, clean as you go. Whatever that might mean. Trust in the magic. Do we need anything else here? I feel like I need to stop here. Need to. And yet I want to pull from this deck. This one I did not pre-shuffle. And yet, as mentioned, creation gets messy and you have to trust in the unknown. If you have that intuitive hit to turn left instead of right, you trust that. Even if it doesn't make sense in the moment, you go for it. And later, the truth is revealed to you. What else do we need to know here, Spirit? Anything else for this weekend for the collective that stumbled upon this video? Because, this weekend is leading up to that Leo full moon. Energy is growing with the moon here. Ooh. All right. Ace of Fire. More fire. I love that. And what fell on top of memories of love? Karma. Weighing things out. Cause and effect. Choices. To make things right. Wants to make things right. So maybe that's what, instead of whatever happened in the past, instead of trying to make things right, you let them go. You let them go with peace and love. Understanding that it was a part of your divine path to undergo this karma, to balance your karma. We don't know what happened in your past life. And perhaps that's why we had to go through some things, to balance ourselves out, balance out that energy. So it's like, stop trying so hard to fix, and just forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever perceived mistakes happened in the past. Stability, flow, trusting in the magic. This fell over here. Trying to balance. That's what I'm saying. So instead of juggling and trying to balance and creating more chaos by going against the grain, it's what I'm seeing right now is like you're flowing down a river and you get snagged on a branch, and instead of letting the water continue to take you, you're fighting with this branch, trying to it's like, do you know who I am? The branch doesn't care. It's just doing its own thing too. So you also do your own thing. Just flow. Just flow. Stop trying to fight any resistance. Let it go. Create. Focus on new ventures. Let go of anything that had happened in the past. To another pair. Amazing. We have freedom and union. Yeah, it's when you let yourself break free from what's been holding you back in the past, be it a mindset, a person, a habit. That's what I'm really feeling here is when you really come into alignment with your soul tribe. Soulmate energy feels like, yes, a divine union, not necessarily in relationships, but with your divine purpose, with your dream. This is fantastic. What else? Am I going to get another pair? Yeah, a lot of this is letting go. This is a really big shedding And, oops, here we are, the world. Yeah, there's a new cycle starting. But, we have to let go of whatever we've been trying to balance out here. And I say we because I'm a part of the collective too. We're all in this together. Sure, it might be in different aspects of life, in different houses, but we're all in this together. We're all, it's like I said, it's a domino effect. So as one person raises their vibration and shares that with the world, it creates that domino effect and it raises the vibration of the entire world. One act of bravery after another. Whew. If this resonated in any way, shape, or form, please let me know by liking or subscribing or commenting. If you know what you're ready to let go of, put it in the comments. I release and I trust in the unknown. Namaste.